Hey everyone, it's Donna Cutting here with redcarpetlearning.com, and I've got 3 tips for you for taking care of yourself when you're faced with an upset customer. It never fails. No matter how much you love your job, no matter how good you are at it, no matter how much you love your customers, no matter how much you want to help, you are always, no matter what you do, going to run across that person or those people that no matter what you do, no matter what you try to do to help them, they are not going to be happy. And that can take it can be soul sucking, right? It can be really, really difficult and take an emotional toll on you. So if you want to know how to move through those kinds of situations with your customers, we have other videos on that, and I will link to those videos below. But today we are talking about you and your emotions and how you take care of yourself in those situations. And I have 3 tips for you, because here's the thing: if you don't take care of yourself emotionally, if you don't know how to handle those situations yourself, so that they don't just take a huge toll on you every time it happens, then you'll never be able to move past it to either help that customer, or if you can't help that customer, keep that genuine smile on your face and keep your genuine love for your other customers and helping your other customers. You don't want to carry one bad situation into another good situation, because that's not good either. So what are my 3 tips? Number 1 is to come up with a silent mantra of some kind that you can say to yourself really quickly when you find yourself in these situations. So you have a customer, they're yelling at you. Maybe they're not even yelling at you. Maybe they're just complaining about something, but just conflict in and of itself kind of churns those emotions up. And what happens is we go into, it's a physiological response. We're actually going into the fight or flight response. So we either want to run away, or we want to fight. We want to talk back at them and all of that. None of that is productive. So you want to take, some measures to calm yourself down to be able to do that. Now, to be able to handle the situation. Now, unfortunately, you don't have a lot of time, right? It's not like you can meditate before you go into a situation like this. It's often unexpected. You don't want to take a deep cleansing breath before now I can help you, Mr. Angry Customer. You don't want to do that, right? So it's got to be quick, and it's something you want to prepare for before it actually happens. So the question to ask yourself is, what words or phrases would help calm me down, and get me out of my head the story that I am telling myself about this upset person in front of me, and into focused on listening, just listening objectively to this customer, right? And so that might just be something like, it's not about me and I'm here to help. Like, that's my favorite. It's not about me and I'm here to help. Just listen, and I remind myself to listen. It might just be like silently, deep breath and listen. It might be I'm okay, I'm okay, deep breath, I'm okay. Of course, you're not saying these out loud, you're saying them to yourself, but whatever it is, it's going to resonate with you. So what is the very quick silent mantra that you can say to yourself that's going to get you out of your head, out of your emotions, and focused on listening to that customer, right? That's the first tip. Okay. The second tip is that after you have a an experience with a customer like this, you want to take a moment before you go on to the next customer. So that might look like just going into the break room and having a quick glass of water or cup of tea. It might be that you have a coworker that you can chat with, that you can vent with, and maybe you make a pact that not only can you vent, but that they're going to get you out of that out of that emotion and focused on, the positive, whatever that is, but taking a little break. If you can take a little walk, do what you need to do to separate yourself from the situation that just happened, and then whatever situation you're going to go into next, because you don't want to bring those emotions into your next customer interaction or your team meeting or whatever. So give yourself that time, right? Give yourself that time to feel the emotion and move through it. And then the third is to remind yourself, and I would encourage you, if you're a leader, to do this with your team too, about all of the good customers and all of the good, especially the good feedback that you get. So I was just telling someone on one of our monthly calls, the Red Carpet Reimagine Club monthly calls, that I encourage them to go to TripAdvisor and just look at all of the rave reviews they have, because they have so many rave reviews, but they are focused on the one or two bad ones, and it really upsets them. So instead of focusing on the one or two bad ones, go remind yourself how much people love you, right? That is one of the best things you could do for yourself and your team. And here's another tip. So these have grown over the years. These are little files, right? I call them my smile files. I think I need to get a little more creative with it, I think. Right now they're just red and purple files. But they are filled with cards that people have given me, emails that people have sent me, little notes, little letters and notes, Post-it notes, all kinds of little things, just basically things that have that people have sent me that have been positive feedback, that have been praised, or maybe it's people I love. I think I have a letter in here from somebody that I reconnected with after many, many years, and I saved that email, and it makes me happy, right? So I have these two smile files, and they are just filled with positive feedback, letters, cards, notes, and things, reminders of things that make me happy. And when I am having a bad day, I just pull out my smile files and I go through those letters and I go through those cards one by one. And I can't tell you, it just lifts my spirits. It reminds me that no matter what that person thinks, whoever it is that's disturbing my peace right now, that I'm not all bad, that I actually do some good out there, and you do too. And so what can you do to remind yourself of the good and the people that love you? Because the truth is, unfortunately, not everybody is going to love us. That's just a fact of life. It's just not ever going to happen. And so we can focus on the few people who don't, or we can really, really revel in the people who do. So I hope those 3 tips were helpful. If they were, please comment below and let me know. And especially if you have a tip, how do you get through those times when you are faced with an upset customer? Not how you help them, but how do you help yourself in that situation? And also, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber, hit that little alarm button when you hit subscribe so that you always get notified when we have a new video. As always, I'd love for you to visit us at redcarpetlearning.com. And in the meantime, until next time, keep living and working the red carpet way.